today it's all about authority and why it's so important. So just let's start, and can you tell people why is it so important to establish authority?
I think the reason it is important is because there's maybe like two ways to go about business. I think fundamentally, you can either be somebody who competes on price, and then you potentially get sucked into that, what Seth Godin calls the race to the bottom, and you become kind of a commoditized service, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the other alternative then is to position yourself as a premium play. And so I think the concept of becoming an authority is choosing the premium route. And again, it's not that the premium route is necessarily better than the commodity route. Of course, there are businesses that make a lot of money in the commodity space. But when we're talking about freelancers, when we're talking about consultants, when we're talking about independent entrepreneurs, when we're talking about software founders, the commodity business is really challenging, and you're competing against a global economy that can compete against you. So you're probably not going to win, or you have less chance. But position yourself as an authority, and this is where it's kind of counterintuitive, is actually easier in a lot of cases. And so not only then is it easier because it's kind of less competitive at the top, you can charge premium prices. Clients come to you. You don't have to fight for the scraps. And I think the more you become an authority, if there's kind of a levels to this, that the more you are solidified in that authority position that you have, the more choice you have in how you do business, when you do business, what you like, all these things that are really fundamentally important, I think, to a lot of entrepreneurs, to a lot of consultants, to a lot of freelancers, like when I work, who I work with, what I charge. And incrementally, if you position yourself as an authority, all of a sudden you're not exchanging hours for dollars. You're charging flat rate fees, or you're charging whatever you want. That usually, in a lot of cases, again, as with the assumption you're providing value, creating value, and then you do good work and you back it up. So we're not just pretending here. So we base it on those two assumptions that you're legitimately an authority. But what happens is then your customers are actually happy to pay for it. And this is a side effect we can talk about a little bit too. I found interesting from, I guess I could say, like, if I were to be presumptuous and say, I think I consider myself an authority in this space, and that transition has happened in the last 12 months. What's funny is when I was charging much less, I used to get a lot more negative feedback, or not even negative feedback, but I got challenged on my pricing. And now that I charge 3 to 10 times more, nobody questions my pricing. There's a lot of influential factors there. It's not just the pricing. There's a lot of other things. But I think that's an important takeaway, that when you become an authority, not only can you charge premium rates, but people treat you better too. So there's a lot of benefits to being an authority that we can definitely get into today.